I'm Erlene Wicker, and I'm going to be demoing steps 5, 6, and 7 of the Flip and Sew jacket pattern. This will show you how to trim, fit, and then ultimately sew together your jacket. The first step that I'm going to demo for you is step 5A of the Flip and Sew jacket pattern. This will help you to trim your jacket pieces so that they will be straight at the shoulder and at the bottom. Our ultimate goal is to have a finished jacket like the one I'm wearing today. So the first thing you'll want to do on each piece, this is the back, is to fold it in half. It's easy to find the center once the strips are on because you'll want it to be equal from top to bottom for one of your strips. You'll also want to make sure that it's somewhat flat. Do not worry about the sleeve. They're not perfect either, and I don't want you to try to line those up perfectly. The first thing we'll do is trim the shoulder. We're going to trim from the neckline to the sleeve opening at an angle. So place the ruler at the lowest point of the opening. Now this piece has already been cut, but what you'll do is angle it down and then trim this off. The next thing you're going to do is just turn this piece around so that you have the bottom of the jacket piece to trim. You'll use a horizontal line on the ruler and you'll place that on the fold of the jacket. And again, this one has been trimmed. Once you have the horizontal line on the fold of the jacket, then you're just going to trim across the bottom. You will do this on the front piece as well, and this piece has also been done. So here you have the angle from the neckline to the sleeve on the shoulder, and the bottom has been squared off. This is step 5B for the Flip and Sew jacket, and what we're going to do is mark the center of the jacket. Again, this one is already done, but I wanted to just show you how you would do this. You're going to mark the center of the jacket for the opening. Because you know the width of this strip, and this one happens to be 3 inches, you're going to go 1.5 inches from this seam line right here, and you're going to mark this with a chalk liner. I really like the chalk liner for doing this because it disappears easily. So mark it with the chalk liner, and then you're going to stitch a scant 1/4 inch on each side of that marking. The neckline has been trimmed on this piece, so at the point that you're doing this, it will be a full piece without the trimming of the neckline. So once you have the scant 1/4 inch stitching on either side of your chalk marker, then you're going to cut down the middle of that for your jacket opening. Again, you'll be doing this before the neckline is cut, so you'll just mark this, and with a rotary cutter, you're going to cut down the middle to give you the 2 parts of your jacket front. There will be a sheet in your pattern looking like this, and what you'll do is you'll choose the neckline that you prefer based on a gradual V neckline like this jacket, or a more open neckline if you wear a lot of jewelry and want to have this top part of the jacket more open. Make a copy of that page and then trim out the neckline that you choose to use. Once you have that pattern, you're going to place it on the jacket, and you're going to want to pay attention to 2 things. You'll want the top part of the neckline pattern to be about 1/2 inch from the shoulder. That's your intended seam line when you stitch your pieces together. The other thing that's important is to place this part of the pattern on the straight cut you just made. You can slide it up and down to get it just in the right place, making sure that you're on the straight opening of the jacket here and about 1/2 inch here. The next thing you'll do is pin this in place. Once you have your pattern in place, then you will want to trim this with a scissor, not a rotary cutter, because that might slip. So trim with a scissor to cut the neckline out. Then, removing this part of the pattern, you're going to want to do the second part of the jacket front by placing them one on top of the other to cut a mirror image. Line them up as closely as you can. Again, I use large pins just to pin the two pieces of the jacket together. And then using a sharp scissor, I will cut the neckline opening of the second piece.